Hello again. I'm here. I wanted to tell a little bit of a story of what happened to me a couple of years ago when I first started the mail order business. Together with the original owner from the Fun Factory, when we kind of did a partnership and started the company, I was very, enthusiastic about reproducing the ghost, and I told him about it. He said, Eddie, why don't you try to get somebody from China or Taiwan to reproduce it for us? I wasn't too happy about it, but I did contact a company in the United States that was very, very familiar with the items. Not actually with this, not with the ghost, but they did similar things. They created Halloween lawn and leaf bags. I spoke with the lady, I described the ghost to her, and one of the things that I found very interesting is that she liked it. She called me back a week later, and one of the things she had asked is for me to send her a sample. At the request of the owner from Fun Factory, he suggested I wouldn't do that. And I decided not to do it. I decided that instead of sending her a sample, I got back to her and I said, listen, what I could do is I'll go down there, I'll fly wherever it is, and if you guys are interested in reproducing it, I'll be more than happy to show you how it's done. Well, I thought that by letting a big company do it, it was going to take away from me, from the making of my ghost and my version. Anyway, I'll show you right now if I could just reach over here. I'm going to try to cover the company name here because I don't want really for anybody to see it, but since I didn't get a hold of them about a year later, not even a year later, a couple of months later, coincidentally, this is what appeared in the market. It was called the 7-foot ghost with flashing eyes. Very similar to what I had. I mean, a little differently made, but they took the idea. They took the idea right underneath my nose. Not far from that, I would say probably a couple of weeks down the road, or a couple of months, some company in China picked it up, and my wife, this is a funny story now, I drove down to Florida and I go to one of those general dollar stores, and lo and behold, they have the 7-foot ghost for $1. Boy, it flipped me out. I said to my wife, this is because that stupid company took my idea, reproduced it, somebody in China got it, and they reproduced it. But the reason that the story is funny is because I made a pit stop in every stop driving from Miami Beach, Florida, up to the North Bergen area in New Jersey where I live. And every general dollar store that I stopped in, if they had 20, I would purchase the whole lot. In fact, I actually purchased about 175 of the ghosts because I didn't want nobody to have it. I mean, this was before eBay. This was at a time when the mail order industry was really good. Like I was advertising in Boys Life magazine. I was running ads in Popular Science and Popular Mechanic, which were my three main places to run ads because comic books were too expensive at the time. I couldn't really afford to go into the comic book business. I did back in 1989. 1991, but I couldn't do it again in 2000 something. The same one full page ad in DC Comics in 1993 went for $5,000 for a month. Now they were looking at $13,000, which was still good. But see, one thing with mail order though is when you start a mail order business, at any given time, you will start the business, but it takes 6 months for you to actually break even or make any money off the initial ad. So the idea is you get a lot of orders, but the cost of the ad is so high that the way you really make money in it is residual income. You'll get income from catalog sales, and along the line, that's how you make the money in mail order. And that's a story I just wanted to tell. It's a story how I would tell anybody who's got an idea and a product to be careful when they do approach a major corporation, because they can take your idea, and they will. If they see that whatever idea, especially the ghost, when I showed her a few of the ads, she was so amazed. Oh, wow, this is a great item. Let's sell it. You have an original. I'm like, yeah, I have an original. Next thing I know, I'm no longer the only one that was making the item. It was all over the country. Thank you.